I finally watched the movie Straw, showing on Netflix, a Tyler Perry's production. As of the time this movie was released, June 6th, this movie trended for a very long time. There was hype on this film, there was hype on the lead characters. This movie was literally like the talk of the town. Everyone was talking about this movie Straw. And that literally made me curious. I wanted to know what's in this straw, why people are talking about it, why people are being so emotional about this movie Straw. And guys, I did, and trust me, I was shocked. I was wowed. I was amazed on how the actors in this film breathed life into their characters, how they owned their characters like it was actually happening to them real. That was how these people made us feel. All right. Now, guys, if you haven't seen Straw, I'll be doing a detailed analysis on the movie Straw. So, in case you've not watched Straw and you are hoping on watching the film, maybe you go watch it first before you come to watch this particular review, because I'll be doing a detailed analysis on this movie. So, guys, grab your seat, grab your popcorn, and let's dive into the full review of this movie. So guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Substance TV, your number one channel for movie reviews and anything trending. So guys, Straw is an American thriller drama written, produced and directed by Tyler Perry. This movie stars some of the lead actors, Taraji.P. Henson, Tiana Taylor, amongst others. The movie tells the emotional journey of a single mother who had to carry the responsibilities of taking care of her only sick child all by herself with no assistance and no one to lean on. Jania, played by Taraji Henson, is the single mother with a daughter named Aria who is very sick. She's a sickler, and this woman worked so hard just to make sure that she provides for her daughter the possible way she can. She's a struggling single mother that had a lot of burden to carry. No one is doing it for her. No one is helping her out. She's just alone in the world with her only daughter. Her only daughter is her world. She loves her so much, and that is her only source of happiness. Jania works as a sales personnel in a shopping complex, and she was yet to be paid her money. As a matter of fact, she was already owing for 2 months of house rent. She hasn't paid her daughter's lunch fees in school, and she still pays for her daughter's medication. Okay, her daughter lives by these medications, and that is what is consuming her money, her daughter's ill health. And Jania, even with the whole thing happening with her, the whole struggles of life, she still gives out. Okay, she gives to people who do not even have. She gives to beggars, and these people love her because she's hardworking. She's a giver, irrespective of the difficulties she's facing. She still tries to put smiles on people's face. That is who Jania is. Now, Jania, while at work, got a call from her daughter's school asking that she comes to the school immediately. And this woman panicked because she knows that her daughter is a sickler, and those kind of news triggers her, and immediately she just wants to, rush to where her daughter is. Now, on getting to her daughter's school, the principal of the school and the teacher informed her that social service is taking her daughter because she cannot take care of her daughter by herself. Okay, the daughter comes to school hungry, the daughter hasn't paid her lunch fees, the daughter comes to school looking so dirty, and those are the things that they saw, and social service came to pick her daughter up, and this woman was crying, begging them that she takes care of her daughter, she provides for her daughter, that she tries to feed her daughter. Her daughter is sick, and she gets medications for her daughter, and she also bathes her daughter. She was begging them that they should please, that she's expecting to be paid her salary today, that they should please, she's going to pay her daughter's lunch fee, but there was nothing she could do because social service had already taken her daughter. Now this woman goes back to her place of work and meets her boss, because it was already month end, and that particular day was the day she was meant to be paid her salary. Now she told her boss that she needs her salary, that she should please pay her a salary, and her boss was already angry that, you know what, you came to work late and you still left work to go attend to your personal needs. All right, her boss was angry, and this man didn't want to pay her money. She was like, the man was like, you are fired, and he didn't want to pay this woman her money, and this woman needed that money because she needed to pay for her daughter's lunch fee, and also buy her daughter's medication, buy food in the house, and pay her rent. There were a lot of things on this woman's head. Now, this her boss refused to pay her. On getting home, this woman found out that her landlady had already kicked her things out. Her things were outside. Rain had already beaten all her things there, and her daughter's drugs. She was so sad. She was pained. This woman was crying, shouting, begging her landlady that she's going through a lot. She will pay her this and that. So it was so much on this woman. It was so much. The body was so much. The social service picking her daughter up, to her landlady throwing her things out, to she being fired from work and not being paid her money. Guys, it was a lot for Jania. Now, Jania goes back to her place of work to beg her boss to pay her money, to beg her boss, but this man was still refusing to pay her. And while she was there, robbers attacked them at the office. The place became so chaotic. They started stealing money, and this woman was struggling for her own paycheck. She wanted to take her paycheck from her boss's table, and there was a fight between she and one of the robbers there. The robbers got shot, and this woman panicked. She was so scared, and the other people ran away. While the boss was there, watching the whole scene in panic, this man now said that she was the one that, invited the robbers to come rob him, and he made a call to the police saying that she came with her boys to rob her. And this woman, out of panic, out of fear, and the whole mental stress breakdown she's going through, this woman just shot the man there. Like, she shot him, and that was it for the man. This woman now searched for her paycheck. She saw her paycheck. She immediately ran to the bank to cash it out. She gave it to the cashier to cash it out for her, but the cashier refused to cash the money, and she was like, please do this for me, you know me now. The cashier was like, we cannot cash it out without your ID card. Please bring your ID card. And this lady was like, she lost her ID card. She was begging them, but she refused. Immediately, this woman just brought out a gun just to frighten, the cashier. And she panicked. Okay, the cashier started packing all the money in the drawer to give the woman, while the manager, saw everything going on there, saw the gun, saw the bag she was holding, and, thought that she was a robber trying to rob the bank, and she called the police to inform them about the situation. Then the police started preparing to come, and this woman was still there, asking that they should please cash her money out for her. These people with fear now packed all the money in their drawer for this woman. This man refused to take the money. They were like, no, I don't want this money. This is not my money. Cash my $540 or something. Cash it out for me. That is what I want. This man refused to take all the money they brought for them. They were like, I don't want it. Please give me my money. Why are people giving me this money? Why are people making me look as if I don't know what I'm saying, or I'm a thief? Please just give me my money. But these people did not understand this woman. They were scared because of the gun she brought out. Now, the police arrived. This man was in shock. She asked that they lock everywhere because of, the whole police thing. Guys, if you see police convoy, if you see police, I was like, what is going on? For one woman, police everywhere. This woman was shocked. This woman was scared. This woman, like, she was already breaking down. It was a lot for her. A particular person who came to withdraw money tried snatching the gun from her, but he couldn't get it, so he ran out with another person, and the police were already gathered there. So that particular scene, was a bit rowdy because this woman wasn't her normal self again. Everyone was shot. People were in there, and then police started communicating with this woman on the phone, telling her that she should come out, and she said she cannot come out. Okay, she cannot come out. She had already had an altercation with one police officer on the road while she was driving. Her car hit a police officer, and this police officer was like, you know what? I'll make sure that you get down. You see, I will make sure that your life will be taken away from you. Like, this policeman literally threatened this woman. Okay, so that whole thing this policeman said, and the fact that she was asked to come out of the bank, made her scared. She was like, no, she doesn't want to die and leave her only daughter. That's now where we have Detective Raymond, played by Tayana Taylor. You see, this detective, I love her. This detective and order of her detective literally did a background check on this woman, and found out that she's not actually a bad person, she's not a thief, and this one was the one speaking, communicating with her at the scene of the whole thing happening. So she explained to this police officer that she's not a robber. People think she's a robber, but she's not a robber. She just came to cash her money out, and they thought she came to rob them. She did not come to rob them. She started telling this woman her problems, how her daughter is ill, how she has to buy medications, how social service took her daughter, how she lost her job, how her landlady threw her things out. That is so much on her. She just wanted them to cash her money out for her, and this detective had compassion on this woman and told this woman, you know what, I understand you, but I want you to do this. Just come out. But she refused to come out. She was like, she cannot come out until she's sure that they would not kill her. Okay, she's scared of that particular policeman that threatened her life. And Detective Raymond said, you know what, I have your back, I got you. And while all these things were happening, the whole conversation was happening there was a particular lady locked up in the same place where Tania was, because she had locked people up in the bank. She went live. Okay, so people were hearing, people were seeing what was going on at the bank. People saw that. People heard her conversation with the police officer. People had compassion on this woman. People pitied her. People understood her story and knew what was going on this woman. And people literally came out for her. They were like, free Jania, free Jania, And while all those things were going on, how a bank is. There's always a television where you watch what's going on. So that's where Jania watched everything. That's where Jania knew that, she has been surrounded by police. Like, when I say troop of police, I mean troop of police. And Jania was in that particular bank from morning till evening. Guys, it wasn't easy. But then, even while at the bank where she had, locked people up with her, and hearing her story, everything she had gone through, the people there had pity on her. They understood her. Even the bank manager that called the police, started feeling guilty because she never knew that this was what this woman was going through. This woman understood this lady and told her that, you know what, I am here for you. I am in this with you. I am so sorry for what's going on. I'm sorry for the misunderstanding. So this woman stood by Jania till the very end. Jania had a conversation with Detective Raymond. Detective Raymond assured her that, you know what, you're safe with me, okay? So Jania had already freed the rest of the people that she locked up in the bank. She had let them leave, while the branch manager of the bank said that, you know what, I am living here with you. I'm not going to leave you. I'm going to stand by you, so do not panic. I am with you. So this woman went out of the bank to where the police were, and Detective Raymond was there. So, that particular scene, the fact that Jania had people who cared for her for the very first time. She had people who could listen to her, who could feel her pain and care for her. She had a bit of relaxed mind, okay? The manager of the bank went out with her, and Detective Raymond was there. She was the one who arrested this woman, all right? And while everything was there, people were just watching. Even the police men were there, the FBI, they were there watching how everything was going on. And, Detective Raymond assured her, "You are good with me." Now, that was how the movie ended. So, with the way this movie ended, we are rest assured that Dania is in good hands. Dania won't spend the rest of her life in prison because a lot of people heard her story, heard what she was going through, and, had pity and compassion on her. So, if there's ever going to be, a jail time for this woman, it won't be much because people know what she's dealing with. And I forgot to say, Jania actually lost her child, Aria. Her child had literally died. All those things going on, she going to her daughter's school, she receiving calls from her daughter's school. Those things actually never happened, okay? These were imagination. Her daughter had already died the night before all these things happened. It was just imagination, and the fact that she couldn't come to the realization that her daughter is actually dead. It was the moment her mother called her while she was at the bank holding people hostage that she actually figured that her daughter was already dead. Guys, this is a very, very emotional story of Jania. Now, this story is actually some people's reality. You never know what people are going through. You would never understand the silent battles of a single mother, the heavy burden they max, especially when they are doing it all alone with no one to lean on, with no money, just themselves and their responsibilities. And these kind of people do not like speaking up. They do not like talking because they feel like they won't be heard. Nobody wants to listen to people who are suffering. Nobody wants to listen to people who are not getting it right. People with baggage. They know their voices cannot be heard. These are the inner battles these people face. Single mothers especially face. Guys, I watched this story and I was in awe of how Taraji brought her character Jania to life. The unconditional love she had for her child, and the fact that she was willing to go all out for her child no matter what it will take. As far as she gets this thing done for her child, guys, that bank scene was the highlight for me. Like, from that point of she asking for her check to be cashed out to the point where the movie ended, where she was detained. Wow, this woman gave me the tension. This woman gave me the emotions. It was there. You are literally going to ride with this woman on her emotional journey. Taraji was so fantastic. And Detective Raymond, oh my goodness, I love this woman's elegance. Her character was one of my best characters in this film. The point where she could relate with Jania's story and still maintain her composure as a detective. Guys, it was it for me. Every character, every actor in this movie were in their A games. Guys, this is what I call an absolute acting. Everyone were giving the best acting ever. Straw is a fantastic movie produced, written, and directed by Tyler Perry. So I'm going to end the review here. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed this review. Please do also like this video, share, and subscribe to the channel at Substance TV for more amazing movie reviews. See you guys in my next video. Until then, stay splendid.